these very reputable international companies who have been mining the forest reserve are not the reason why our forest is bleeding today. The reason our forest has been degraded and destroyed is because we allowed political apparatchiks to take over our forest and destroy it. What I am saying is that we are going to stop all these illegal mining activities in our forest reserve with these measures that I have described, the Blue Water Initiative, the Tree for Life Initiative, and Restore Ghana initiatives to make sure that we harness our forests and bring back biodiversity and the ecological life of our forest. We are going to do that, but we are not going to open ourselves for further damage. And that is why we are going to stop further issuance of any license for mining in forest reserve.
Honorable nominee, you've mentioned political apparatchiks. First of all, can you define these? What do you mean by political apparatchiks? And can you give us some examples?
Chairman, I think I meant people who are doing illegal mining in this forest reserve. I think that's what I was trying to describe.
Recategorization will ensure good monitoring. I don't get the logic. Can you explain? How would that ensure good monitoring?
I think, as I said, what it does is that it reduces the number of licenses. I said that as we speak, the small-scale mining licenses, I know that so many people who are doing small-scale have about 20, 30 licenses, and they are mining. You know, the requirement is that if you are small scale, you have 25 acres of land. I'm saying that they have the capacity. They have big machines, but they are still classified as small scale mining because there's no category of medium scale. And they are all over the place. And so we can't supervise them. The other thing is that I talked earlier about making sure that we support the geological survey to intensify geological investigation to identify mineralized locations. Once we know where the gold is, you know, the people won't be digging in water and everywhere. They will all be where the gold is. And that is the plan. And once we do that, there's a lot of advantages of scale that we will get.
Just this. You see, leader, with respect, let's not reinvent the wheel. This statement of strengthening the geological Chairman, just a minute. Strengthening the geological department for you to give a confirmation of where the gold is. That has been done already, with respect to you. That has been done by our country. So what we want to hear from you with respect, you are rehashing what has been done already. Leader, with all respect to you, I'm not asking this question to question your competence, but I'm telling you that has been done. What is the solution? Prefer solutions rather than telling us what has been done already.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, I take this vetting very seriously. So that when I got the opportunity to be nominated, I spent 9 hours with the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. And as I speak, I have even the experts, or some of them with me. I have been told, for example, by the Geological Survey that if he talks about some of the projects, right, as you speak, Minerals Commission has given them one project, which costs about 10 million, and another one, they are doing 2. They are saying that if they can finish 12, then we can make a lot. So there's a lot of work to be done. And so I'm not speaking out of just the blue. I'm speaking because I had this fast from the experts.
Thank you. Come with me, if I'm not sure you have the Hansard parliamentary debate. I have Hansard Friday, 3rd January, 2025. And with the permission of the chair, I want to quote extensively your words. Deputy Minority Leader, Mr. Emmanuel Kofi Buah. Mr. Speaker, I am grateful for the opportunity to thank His Excellency the President for the message on the state of the nation that he has just delivered. Mr. Speaker, I need to remind you that the people of Ghana have already given their verdicts on the true state of the nation, and you got a good cheer for that. And that verdict was very clear. Economic hardship, huge debt, overhang, high youth unemployment, hopelessness, and more. We have come to the end of the road for what has been undoubtedly the worst government under the Fourth Republic. And you got a good cheer for that. Mr. Speaker, this abysmal record was confirmed on 7 December 2024 when the people of Ghana returned the most overwhelming and emphatic vote of the rejection of a government ever witnessed under the Fourth Republic. There should be calm. I have engaged you extensively on this matter. It was a very emotional moment for a president who was exiting. And you know that it was not all hopelessness under His Excellency President Akuffo-Addo. You have spoken in admission of some of the high things President Akuffo-Addo did, the free SHS and many others. Sitting in this chair now, the benefit of hindsight, and reflecting deeply, would you say that these words were harsh on the outgoing president? And when you are given the opportunity, you will retract some of them in part and apologize unreservedly.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, I have enormous respect for President Akuffo-Addo and any president that will occupy this highest seat of our land, because the decisions that they are confronted are enormous and grave. And so I don't think we take that lightly at all. As deputy majority leader, I had a duty that day. And I believe, and that's what I thought, I believe those were words that resonated with the people of Ghana. Now, if there are words that came out that sounded in any way disrespectful, I'll regret it, because the intention was never to disrespect the president at all. It was simply to talk about the government of the day. And yes, obviously, there were very good things, some things that were done that obviously we can talk about, that were right, obviously. But I was reflecting the views of the people of Ghana, who felt that they have gone through so much hardships. And that's why the reference was to his government and not to his person. Thank you.
Okay, so...
Please, order.
Well, no problem. I hear your colleagues cheering you. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You've spoken in context, and in part, I get the sense that, well, you were only a conveyor belt, conveying the aspirations and the views of people, of Ghanaians. But as a leader, you also had a responsibility then to pick and choose and to convey what was edifying and to only convey what was important at that time. It was a significant and a very emotional moment for us as a country. Reflecting deeper, would you say that some of your words were harsh and not acceptable?
I think I have answered it very well. But words. Chairman, if there are words that can convey the exact things that I said, that in your view are better words than what I said, maybe you can give me. And then another opportunity I can use those words.
Okay, so come with me. There was an earlier question on land guards. And you answered in part. the new Land Act, can you educate us on what it seeks to do or deal with issues of land guards? What does the Land Act aspires to do, and what is your view on what should be done?
I think Section 20 of the Land Act clearly has dealt with the issue of land guards and made it clear that those acts are all illegal and has spelled out guidelines for prosecuting those who engage on those acts. And those are very clear. And as minister, if any of that happened, that's what we would just apply the law.
Honorable Buah, you
honorable members, we have an act dealing with vigilantism, and then we also have a Land Act. These are two separate laws.
You earlier admitted that the involvement of chiefs or traditional leaders in dealing with mining challenge will be topmost in your scheme of things. Can you explain the role the chiefs will play vis-a-vis the law or our laws?
Well, I've given you the example of the current structure. For example, where persons will get prospecting licenses, and the first time they are going to, the chief is meeting them, is already they've gotten the license. They now go to the chief to take them to where that land is located. I'm saying that that structure is problematic in the first place. Can we do it in a way that before that license is given, the input of the chief and community leaders is part of the process of issuing that license? So, for example, we won't have a situation where we'll go back and write a petition to the Minerals Commission and say, the prospecting license area you've given to this person cannot, because the river is too close to the area you've given. The cocoa farms are too close to it. And so the paradigm shift or the change I talk about is to make sure that we decentralize this process. We get this feedback early in the process before these licenses are issued.
For ne ahwefo e mo bi akoba by Unidek TV so send the ID can already answer to me a subscribe button so no subscribe now for like na wetumi a share no we comment was na